All right, guys. Sorry about that. HCA is a gap and go down. HCA is a gap and go down. Okay, it's the daily chart is in a downtrend. Stock is gapping down to 69.49, and you know, it looks to me like this will probably be a pretty good gap and go down. It's already got a bear pennant forming. So we're going to put on the whiteboard for today, HCA, gap and go down. So it's not an A+ gap or a 5 rated gap. So you can't take it pre-market. HCA, I'm going to say it's a 4. Rated 4, 4 stars. Okay, HCA 4 stars. It's a gap and go down, gap and go down. Other ones, United Healthcare and Shitty Bank. First, let's do Shitty Bank.
All right, let's see if we get DDD on the line. My favorite call was to
Okay, Shitty Bank
about their
is
let's see.
Is a gap up. Obviously, the banking sector is all anticipation of eventually one day us raising rates. And so here we have Shitty Bank, impulse up, pull back. You know, I'm not too excited about this one. You know, it looks like a good daily chart. It's a slow mover. You know, it's not super fast. So I'm going to put Shitty Bank in here.
Yeah, this one's not working.
As a 3 star. I already did restart the router. Next one is Goldman Sachs and United Healthcare.
Goldman Sachs gapping up or down?
Goldman Sachs is gapping down. Okay, Goldman Sachs is a gap down. There is, on Goldman Sachs yesterday, the trend is down. The gap is down. It's gapping to 176.76. The close yesterday was in the 180 area. So this is a gap down. It's got clear air down to 170. This is a very good gap and go down. It's a 4 star gap and go down. Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs, 4 star. Now, guys, obviously, what do we look for? We're looking for like 3 to 5 minute low breaks. Okay. We'll take a look at Garmin and Manitowoc. Okay.
This one, or is that one working? Yeah.
Okay, we got AMB, SLB, and MAT, Mattel, the game company and toy company after the close. We're going to take a look real quick at Netflix. I'm going to look at the Garmin and the MTW in 2 seconds. So let's take a look at Mattel. Guys, Mattel is a great sell setup. Okay, so it could make one more pop before earnings after the close to 24. But otherwise, any break below daily low, I mean, this thing is in a downtrend, and it's, you know, I mean, just for my own kids, I think it's probably not expecting much. Garmin, big downtrend. Big gap down. The problem with Garmin, guys, is it's gapping down so much. It's gapping down down below all prior support. It's gapping down to 33.31. Okay? Okay. So, Garmin is looks like a gap and go down. Obviously, we want to see how it reacts after the open. And the Manitowoc, I mean, obviously this is in the construction sector. It's kind of like Caterpillar, MTW. And obviously it just opened up. That's another good gap and go down. Guys, I'm going to have to go quiet here because I'm going to let Kenny talk for a little bit at the open, only because we're having some network issues. I'm the only one on the network, and I have a room full of people here.
Oh, all right. Well, VRX getting slammed again, so I guess biotechs are going to be weak. I'm just watching UVXY and for any strength. VRX getting smashed down 21 more points. Remember that was the short we got from my hedge fund guy. It's officially down 80 points from that day. Jeez, man. Here comes your 105 on the Netflix, by the way. That was that spot we were looking for yesterday to be where it's going to make a home. Oddly enough, the market's gapped up, but the NQ futures, which is the QQQ, is still below VWAP. So it's not as bullish as an open as you think it is. We're only like 3 points away from breaking out. That's a nice 6-point move in VRX. Did anybody ever watch that stock? Yeah, it's very dangerous. No, I wouldn't trade it, but it's fun to watch. Intel up to 33 now. Man, you're killing it with those options if you held them. Wow, VRX just ripped. The GoPro bottom might be in on the downgrade, so you got another update for GoPro so far in the face of the downgrade. And pot's rolling over actually might be going red, so could be a short on the pullback here. Let's take a look. So I see most stocks fading. Winnebago, BX, Citibank. UVXY moving up a little bit here. Normally I'm not trading anything, first 10, 15 minutes, but UVXY is another thing. You got to be ready to rock in that thing. I'm already in it. Just bought a little bit. Well, I got my 15 cents. I might actually look to sell it already. And I'm out. That was fast. Uh-oh, Walmart. I'm going to try to hang above 60 here. Look out. Let's see if we can get above 60. Maybe there'll be some buyers. And the UVXY immediately collapses. By the way, guys, I believe the bull market's back on. All the signs are pointing to a market that's done going down. Too many intraday reversals showing me positive signs that this market's got its legs. All right, you just bought Walmart at 60 bucks. Wow. That was fun. Man, normally I don't want to trade this quickly, but I'll buy anything that goes green. Woo! 20 cents in 3 seconds. Look at that. Walmart. Bull market. 60.15 is a stop. Probably get stopped out right here. Oh, maybe not. Put a little offer out on, whoop, just got done on Walmart. Oh my God. I got 100 shares left. My God, I sold it at 60.25. It already 60.40, 40 bid. I'm gonna offer out 43 now. That's my lucky number. And done. Gone. Walmart. You gotta be kidding me. That was fast. I didn't even get a chance to complete my sentence. Hey, it might be a oh, okay. I'm in at 60. All right, I've already done 2 trades. Not normally my style, but both the stocks I had on my level 2, looking for something to happen. Something happened. So, wow. Anybody catch that Walmart reversal? Why I love reversals, especially on a stock that gets its ass kicked. The shorts are just waiting to cover. So you buy it, they cover, stock goes up, you sell it, and then you're done. All right, at least I sold that last 100 shares at 60.43. Yeah, there you go. Nice pullback. Nice sell. I'm going to guess Netflix probably hit 105 and then got pushed back down, right? By the way, Qs are new highs. All right. Maybe I'll try to, let me try to get my charts up for you. Well, Walmart, I mean, there you go. No chart needed there. I mean, I was just looking for the stock to go green for a little short covering at the, you know, and you got a pretty nice pop there. No charts needed for that one. Still liking, I still love Apple. I don't care what anybody says. And the more articles I read about how they're having the worst year of their, in the last decade or whatever it is. Good. Let it sit around for a couple more days and then get cheaper options. I may actually buy options into the earnings, something I don't do anymore. Anyway, let's take a look. All right, there's our pot hanging out below the 1 minute. You got your multi-day below there. Might pull back to that spot. All right, instead of looking to buy stocks now, you got the ones that we were looking at going down. So Cree now dipped into the negative, broke your 1 minute. Sentiment obviously looks like it's negative for now. Oh, here you go. How about Intel for a short? Got the 33, broke under the 1 minute. We're a little bit late here, but just rolled over at the INTC. A little bit late to the party here. Intel, short. Cree looks like a short, even though the Qs are looking pretty strong still. And again, if I would have been watching Intel 15 seconds ago, there you go. 3280 is the crossover. First you get the indication on the 1 minute VWAP, and then you get the negative rollover. Those are the trades I talk about. VWAP indicator gives you that sentiment. Ah, maybe this is going to be going down. Reverses, you slam it. Now you cover it at 32.50 and you're done. 33 cents. Look at that. These are the trades, man. These are the ones. The VWAP is the tip off. Reversal is the follow through. And boom. 32.80 to 32.50. Can't complain about that for your first trade of the day. Wish I would have mentioned it 9 seconds ago. But I really am not feeling too short in this market. UVXY plummeting, obviously, and you know, bull market and all that. Wall of worry. Did Win report, or is that tonight? Yeah, Key. That was we already missed it. I saw that broke over the 1 minute and broke 13. Yeah, that would have been nice. So assuming that every stock's going to go up, that's gap down now. Start looking at the ones that are gap down, like your WDCs. That would be Western Digital, I think, is down on Seagate's news. It's already way above the 1 minute. Goldman Sachs, BX, yeah, bull market, man. You look to buy stocks. Western Digital, this is one of those trades where it looks far-fetched to get all the way up to here, but that's another point. This stock can move a point. WDC. WDC for a possible long here. Oh, I just tried to get some and no dice. There goes your BX. Tonight's win. All right. Guys, bull market's back on, man. I don't know if anybody's told you that yet, but it's back. The wall of worry, the concerns about China. What I like to do every morning, I check marketwatch.com. If the first article you see is something that we should be worried about, you buy stocks. I'm telling you, it's that easy. Buying Western Digital looks pretty easy also here. All right, now I'm definitely not. I just tried to buy 82 and I didn't get anything done still. All right, you can buy it here at 80. Nope, nope, no, you can't. Apple looks great. Goldman Sachs only down $1.50 now. Chances are that stock will be up either today or tomorrow. Bull market, basically, you look for stocks that are gapped down on earnings. All that is really is, you know, some profit taking on the news, unless it's a complete disaster. And there really hasn't been too many disasters. UVXY telling you the tale, my friends. UVXY, if you don't know, is the VIX index that is built to go to zero. So as long as it's trending down, the market usually stays pretty strong. CRE was actually a pretty decent short there. That was the one we were looking for a gap down so we could buy it. Actually turned out to be a short. Goldman Sachs. I'll give it, I don't know, 15 more minutes. You'll probably see it being green. It's Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs doesn't go down in a bull market. Come on. 179 on Goldman Sachs. Let's see if this is any significant price. Oh, here's your 1 minute headed towards your multi-day. So yeah, check this out, guys. You got the 1 minute break. You obviously missed a really great entry. But if it gets up to that 179.52, not only will it be breaking the multi-day VWAP, but it'll be going green. So yeah, you might be looking at Goldman Sachs for a long here. I mean, even though you missed 3 points already. Keep an eye on GS. And GoPro, there's your follow through from yesterday's retarded analyst call. Yeah, it's great to downgrade a stock that's down 80%. Way to go. Way to go. Guys, when you see an analyst downgrade a stock that's already down, look to buy it. I'm telling you, these are rules to live by. Analysts know nothing and they're paid off shills. Carnival barkers, if you will. They get paid to try to use their so-called name to influence the stock so whoever paid them off can do what they want to do with the stock. So if it's a buy recommendation, generally they're trying to gap the stock up so they can sell out of a position for their friend. And if it's a downgrade, generally they're caught short, they want to cover, and then it usually goes up. By the way, Target rolled over hard. How's the Walmart looking now? Woo, what a sell on Walmart. Look at that. 4 cents off the high on my last 100 shares. Maybe I should just sit here and revel in that trade. Revel? Is that the word? Bask, maybe? So what we got? All right, I don't want to get too distracted. So somebody got to be on CRE watch for me, please. Keep an eye on the CRE. Let's get some prices because we're looking to buy it. So let's see if it settles down to 25.75. That might be a decent risk reward entry for you. And if it gets back over 1 minute, sentiment can quickly change in this thing and start going up. So somebody stay on Korea watch for me. And let's see where that Netflix got to. I'm going to say it probably tagged 105 something and then got smoked, right? Oh, look at that. The 1 minute VWAP was 105.50. All right. We were watching that yesterday in the aftermarket. Generally, they'll mimic a little bit of what they did in the aftermarket. So that 105 area was big for a while. GoPro. Yeah, nice downgrade. Stock's going to have a 10% update. It's up 12% since the downgrade. Way to be. Way to be, guy. Wow. What's TSM? I have it on my list to watch today. TSM. Taiwan Semiconductor just went negative. VWAP to VWAP and a negative trade. We're a little bit late because normally on a $22 stock, if it goes down 20 cents, I'm already looking to get out. Nice. Netflix, just based on old school trading, if it breaks 100, you're probably going to get some more follow through. Again, I'm not trading Netflix, just throwing that comment out there. Apple's holding the market together right now. Another sign of a bull market is that when one of the big guys or one stock's having issues, its friend will come and pick them up. Hence the reason we're not going to be able to get those monster down days. Because if Netflix is weak, Apple and Amazon come to the rescue. And then I'm sure if Amazon's weak next week, you'll have Google having a good day and it'll keep the market afloat. Again, I'm looking for this market to pull in. I'd love it to go down because I want to buy some more stocks. But we are just grinding the shorts to death again. All right, we got the spike on the Qs. Now we're back to 1 minute VWAP. So this is important right here. Notice how it's bounced off it 3 or 4 times. So if it rolls over, then we might actually get another short opportunity. Not for too much, but, 15, 20 cents on the way down. Cree, 25.75. Anyway, I think the reason this market's not going to go down is because Apple is going to begin the halo effect, where Apple's numbers are going to be so big that anyone associated with the company, that those stocks are going to stay strong, and then that'll beget more buying. But I'm not the best at predicting the future. I just try to figure out what the hell's going on for 3 or 4 hours. So let's keep an eye on the Qs for now. Oh wait, WDC is on the list. Now you're only down $1, WDC. And who's on Goldman Sachs watch? Who's on Goldman Sachs watch? Wasn't supposed to be somebody watching Goldman Sachs. It's only down 20 cents now. Come on. You might want to be buying some Goldman Sachs. I'm going to go out on a limb and buy some. Oh, there it goes. Come on now. Goldman Sachs going down in a bull market. What's up? 179.52, people. Multi-day VWAP break. Woo, maybe you just offered it out for 20 cents. That was like 3 seconds. Goldman Sachs, kids. Oh, I don't know. Multi-day VWAP and going green. Oh, I don't know. Maybe you should buy some at 179.52, like we said. Who's on Goldman Sachs watch? Sell it. Take your dollar. Right here. Offer out 180.32. Gone. That's how you trade, kids. Woo! Who just sold at 180.32? Who did that trade? All right, my day is done. Dude, I told you to watch Goldman Sachs. I gave you the prices. I told you what to look out for. I told you what was going to happen. Boom. Sell it. Take your money. You're done. You're done. I don't care if it goes up 9 points from here. That was the trade. The high probability multi-day VWAP into the reversal on the earnings report. Boom. Come on. Come on. Tell me you guys did that trade. Please, somebody, one of you guys. Come on. You set that bad boy up about 15 minutes ago. No? Nobody? Just me? No? I'm living in a nightmare now? One of those days where I think I'm talking to people and nobody's really actually paying attention? Look at that sell. Who's greater? Who's better than us? Who's better than us, man? Come on. Damn it, Jim! Am I in the freaking Matrix again? That was the setup of the day. You had the 1 minute break. We thought I said, hey, we missed it, but it is Goldman Sachs. Look for it to get to the multi-day. If it gets to the multi-day and breaks, it'll also be going green. You'll probably get a spike. Oh. Come on. And that's why sometimes, it's hard. It's easier to trade the stock than the option. Obviously, if you just bought the 180 calls, you probably were up for 2 seconds and now you're back down money. With the way I trade, I need that quick access, because as soon as I'm buying it, that was 9 seconds later I'm selling it. So there ain't no option play there. That's just getting in, offer out, get out. I think Cree hit my level too. Wow. Look at that Goldman Sachs sell. Who's the man with the master plan? Talk about doing homework. Homework? I don't need any homework. I read my charts every day. Shut up. Look at that Cree hit 25.75 to the penny. Damn it. I need to read charts all night and prepare for the next day. Do ya? Do ya? Is there a U.S. Steel takeover rumor? I just saw 7 prints out of the money. Guys, what's up? You just witnessed one of the best trades probably you'll ever see. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? The stock just went up 80 cents in 9 seconds. You sold it, and now it's back down below where you bought it originally. Come on. Yeah, Cree, you had to buy at 25.75. Now I'm feeling I missed my little print. Oh man, this market's just going higher. Buy US Steel. Buy it, buy it, buy it. Bad prints go through the market. It's going to go to 1248 probably, whatever that print was. It usually goes to those mysterious prints. Joy Global, people. Did you buy some more Joy Global yesterday? Oh, all our stocks are winners. US Steel, look to sell some at 1248. We're all winners. Oh, Cree. I just should have left a bid out there at 25.77. But you know what? I can't do it all because I'm trading Goldman Sachs and pretty much watching Goldman Sachs when I was in the trade. So you're all winners. Ah, US Steel, you screwed me. That's all right. I only got a couple. New highs for the market. We never go down. This is America. Don't forget. This is the greatest nation on earth. The imperialistic building wall nation. The next 10 years is going to be great. We're going to call out all the terrorists. We're going to become an isolationist nation. No more immigration, no more foreign aid. We're going to be making so much money, and everyone's going to come begging us for help. No more singing songs when there's a disaster. Hands across the world. Shut up. Hi, how are you? I'm having fun. Hands across America. Hands across America, yeah. Not across the world anymore. We are the world. Shut up. People should be paying us for everything. Anyway, I need to make some more money, guys, because I'm running for president. Because now that I'm hearing all these debates, they're saying things that need to be said. They need to be said more aggressively. We'll get to that later. I'm definitely running for president. All my videos are going to be based. I'm going to be wearing suits in my videos now. I'm running for president. I have it figured out. Guys, how awesome was that Goldman Sachs trade? I'm going to eat like a bag of Tums now because I'm sick to my stomach. How awesome that was. Let me just also show you on a more, a smaller scale. And the Goldman Sachs trade was phenomenal. By the way, Twitter's back over 30. Damn. That stock's a buy on dips if I haven't been telling you for the last 2 weeks. Stock's done going down. Once you find the stock that's done going down, that's when those squeezes work even better. All right. Cree could be one of those. That's why I'm liking it. Look how it hit the multi-day, right? You get the support and bounce back in 1 minute.
Check.
You know what I'm saying? How many times can I show you?
This is Waxy. I like JP Morgan, JPM short here for a trade. I'd set stops at 60, 67 high a day, so you have a 20 less than you got an 18-cent stop loss, and we're looking for it to go red. So we shall see. Red is dead. Just saying. Dent, 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 dent. Market is trying to decide what it wants to do. Does it want to plow higher? Or pull back? Right now, it's plowing higher. Dent, 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 dent. Kenny, I didn't mean to cut you off. Just wanted to throw in a trade that's probably going to stop them out. There was an urgency to lose money, apparently. Dent, 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 dent. It was very urgent.
Oh shit.
It was very urgent to call that trade.
So yeah, yeah. I own all these garbage stocks. You know, I own only 100 shares of all of them just to keep an eye on them. I've been waiting for pot to, you know, for a little breakout. We're on the verge of a breakout. It's not a big mover. You know, 40-cent day in pot is a huge day for that stock. That's why if I'm going to day trade, I got to get a perfect entry. And if anything, that was 15 cents ago. It's more of a long-term. Or I'm looking for here. You'll see on the right side of the chart. This is the day. This is the 1 minute chart. This is your 250-day chart. And I'm seeing this kind of a chart a lot of places. You got your spike down. The market's been weak. The weak stocks got weaker. But now they've got their little V bottoms in, and now they're consolidating at a little bit higher level. And usually when they break out of this little level here, you'll get to the next area of resistance. So we're talking about $1.75 from here. It might not be a day trade because it doesn't move enough, but you know, you buy some. And again, if that's only the 100 shares that I stick with for the next 2 weeks or whatever it takes to get up there, so be it. I haven't had that moment where I had to be like, oh, I got to get some more. But Cree, we just bought that 100 shares yesterday, same looking chart. You got finally off the lows. Here's your consolidation. You got the consolidation break yesterday. So now I'm looking for it to get up to that 26.87. Then if we can get some good catalyst, talking about, you know, 29 bucks. So most of these trades, I'm in, you know, like I said, 100 shares. You know, we're not talking about life-changing events here. But I like putting 100 shares on because what's the best way to remember that you like a stock? Own it. All right, wait, I got a short setup for you. Hold on. I've come to hate this stock MU because I'm 0 for 50 on it lately. Just broke your 1 minute, just broke the multi-day, and it possibly is going negative. So keep an eye on MU for some more downside.
MU. Moo.
But here's how to trade MU. When you're about to short it, don't, because it usually goes up 15 cents. So I'm going to wait to see if I get 19 again. Because this stock stinks. For a stock that moves in, you know, maybe 80 cents to $1, I seem to be on the wrong side of it always. So again, big part of trading is know how these stocks trade and, you know, how they treat you. I'm just awful with MU. Been wrong on it all the time. But you got your W, you got your consolidation. So I was just thinking it could roll over back down to 1750 sooner or later. But maybe I'm wrong on this one. Maybe it's going to recover, get into this gap, and next thing you know, it's a $24 stock. And just keeping an eye on it because of this 1 minute multi-day kind of thing.
Dent, 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 dent. The eye of MU. Mike made a nice call on Mattel, lagging the market. My JP Morgan short is working to perfection. It's exactly flat. Whoops, you're down 2 cents on it. We'll see. No, market could be posturing for a breakout higher. We'll see. I'm not really interested in guessing here, so I don't think the market knows what it wants to do. Kenny should have shorted MU.
It's not too late.
It's not too late for MU to go red, 'cause red is dead. The eye of the tiger. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. So right now we're just kind of range
Yes,
bound.
Tesla's done going down.
We're trading in a 20-point Dow range. Needs to break out one way or the other for us to have some clear indication of whether or not we want to jump. Oh, now it is motoring powerfully ahead. JP Morgan, you're doing me dirty, JP Morgan. You're doing me dirty. You bastard. You gonna stop me out? Are you gonna stop us out? You are, aren't you? I'm not in love with you anymore. You cheated on me. You dirty bastard. I hate when
Here
they
comes
do.
your Cree, and I go green.
YM's at 16.9. That was a resistance level yesterday. We hit that and then we collapsed a bit. So we'll see if it can motor through it here, which it looks like it wants to. In which case we make an extension back up to 17,000. 17,000.
All right, our U.S. steel trade's working now. I was nervous we were going to lose money on a long in a bull market. I hate when that happens. Market only goes up. We got, wait, how many days left now till the bull market ends officially? We've got 464 more days to go, kids. 464 more days of bullishness, barring, of course, Godzilla or nuclear war or Syria blowing up by Russia and people taking sides and Israel nuking somebody. Barring all that,
What's gonna happen?
market's going higher for the next 464 days.
What's gonna happen? We gonna shoot down some Russian jets? I hope so. That'd be cool. Ready, aim,
By the
fire.
way, Tesla.
Netflix, serious crushing. Not so serious though. It held that 100 level. I suspect that it will fall below 100 by the end of the day. That's usually how these kind of stocks trade. They hold levels and then like late in the day they collapse below them when when people are not interested in them at the moment. They'd rather buy Facebook and Amazon and Apple and Google and even little Yahoo. Yahoo showing strength. It's virile. It's like on testosterone, HGS, HGH. Sorry.
Pre-green. That was a nice pickup at 25.75. Anybody get that near that 25.75? Because that was your you're picking up at 25.78 with a 3-cent stop. That multi-day was a nice floor.
Multi-day. It's like grain.
And U.S.
Like
Steel,
green.
Steel. All right, 2012.48.
Yeah. All right, JP Morgan stopped out minus 18 cents. Sorry, dudes. Sorry. My bad. My bad. That's what you get for messing with JP Morgan. Don't mess with Jamie Dimon. Don't do it. Don't do it, folks. Clearly. All right, so the futures, the YMs, having trouble at that 16.9 level so far, like it did yesterday. We'll see what happens. See if it holds as resistance and we just get range bound, or if we bust through it and can expand. See, we hit that level that I talked about. We hit that, so now we're digesting because we pulled back a little bit, not much. 10 points on the YM. That means nothing. It's meaningless. It's nothing. This is why it's great to be a trader, right? Market, nobody wanted to own anything. Nothing. Sell, 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 sell. Everything. Dump, 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 dump. Stocks down 10, 20, 30%. Boom, boom, boom. Just taken to the woodshed. And now they can't get enough. Facebook. It's right back where it was before we had, the small correction. It's right back. Right back. So what did it mean? It meant nothing. That's what it meant. It meant that that you're a fool if you're investing. That's what it meant. Because you know what? At some point, it's going to go back down. And we can get it both ways. Because that's how we roll. We roll both ways. There will be no prisoners. There will be no prisoners taken. Back at that 16.9 level. Certainly look like we want to bust out to the upside, I have to say. But we'll see. We shall see. Now it hit the 16.9, pull back. See how much buying they want to do. You know, that's why anybody who tells me that valuations mean anything is just full of it. It's just full of it. Doesn't mean anything. Means everything. It means something from a historical perspective. So if the market deviates too much from from a historical perspective, it means something. At least to me. What does that mean? Because that sounded rather convoluted, frankly. Well, it means to me that if the Dow trades at a historical average of, let's say, 17 times earnings, S&P earnings, it means something to me if we're trading at 8 times earnings or 10 times earnings. It means that chances are at some point we're going to trade back to 17 times earnings. That's the historical average over, a long period of time. That's enough to prove out, that thesis. But conversely, if we're trading at 27 times, then at some point we're going to deviate back to the norm. So the market would pull back at some point. The issue I have is that when the market is in a bear phase, it can trade down to 6 or 8 times earnings. And when it's in a bull phase, it could trade up to 30 times earnings like we saw in 1999, 2000, right? So it doesn't mean anything on a day-to-day basis. It means something from a historical perspective. And so investors get caught in the valuation trap. So they're like, wow, this stock is trading so cheap. It's trading at a steep discount to the market. Well, maybe, but stocks can trade at that steep discount to the market for an awful long time. The same way people who look at valuations the other way and say, well, Netflix is trading at 100 times EBITDA, whatever. Well, yeah, all right, but Tesla's trading at 1,000,000 times EBITDA. I mean, so, these things are all relative and they don't mean anything if you look at it on a if you look at it on a day-to-day perspective, it doesn't mean anything. That's why the trends are so powerful because we play the January effect coming up in January. Mike's the most excited person about the January effect I know. And so, we trade that because it works, pretty much every year. I mean, obviously it doesn't work every single year. There have been a couple of losers over the last 20 years. But, if you can go 18-2 in 20 years, you're going to do pretty well if you use proper money management. Right? And so, the oils, like Kenny's in X for a trade, right? Or DDD for a trade, or potash, POT for a trade. But if you look at those stocks, the way the trend works, there's a good chance that those stocks will close the year towards their lows on the year. So playing the January effect, then you have a real catalyst for those stocks to get bid up. And so for me, that's when I want to, lay into them the most. We could trade them now both ways, up and down. They make those stocks. Kenny's not. I don't want to speak for you, Kenny, but Kenny's not holding U.S. Steel. I don't think until it's $30. And so, U.S. Steel may go to $30, but it'll probably happen if it does at the beginning of next year or sometime next year. It's not going there this year. least unless I guess it's anything's possible, right? I don't want to say that it's not possible because of course it's possible. But chances are it's not happening this year. So I hope that made some sense, my diatribe there. But the point is, we really don't want to, um, you know, look at the market from a valuation perspective because it doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't. Again, unless you have a really long-term horizon and you're buying, whatever, you're buying some integrated oil stock here, thinking, you know what, it's really cheap and historically it's going to trade at X and it's 40% below that. So if you're owning it, and you want to add to it as if it keeps going down and that's your plan, I'm okay with that. But if you're trading or you're just a simple quote unquote investor, I think you want to be a little more proactive. I think you want to not sit there and go, oh yeah, but I want to hold this because, just because. Well, I want to own Apple because, you know, I know it's going to go up. You don't know. You don't know. At some point, Apple will be in the trash bin like all the other stock, every other stock. These stocks have cycles. They're cyclical. All these stocks, every single stock, they have cycles. The banks have cycles. Biotech have cycles. If you look at 95, 94, 95, when I don't know my history that well, sorry, but when Hillary was first out there about the biotechs, they sold off something like 70%. So, who am I to pick the bottom on the biotechs? That doesn't mean I won't trade them on an intraday basis or over a 2, 3, 4, 5 day span. But who am I to pick try to pick the exact bottom on the biotechs? I'm going to do that in in January with the January effect. But I don't have that much hubris that I'm going to be the one to decide that today's the day that the biotechs have bottomed, period. I mean, if Hillary gets elected, and the Congress and the Senate are aligned a certain way, then there's no reason the biotechs can't go down 90%. Buying Gilead and Celgene, oh yeah, they've pulled back. What? Stocks just have to go straight up and never go down? That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's, as my daughters used to say, redonkulous. So I hope this makes some sense to somebody and I'm not just spewing. But I like it. I like us to look at the market from a micro perspective instead of a macro perspective or a longer term perspective, because I believe that when you trade, you have a distinct advantage if you follow the rules that Affinity lays out, if you follow proper money management. Doesn't mean you're not going to have losing trades or losing days even, or losing weeks or losing months. But over the long haul, that's the history. That's the history that we're talking about in terms of the market and everything else. We need to put these things in perspective and take advantage of the market when it's right to do that. I said, so, Kenny made great calls today. Mike had some really good calls. I did say, and I had a shitty one in JP Morgan. But it did say the market has had trouble with 16.9 on the YMs, and we've pulled back 32 points since I said that. So, you know, these things work. They work. I was short the futures. I was down on my initial position. I added at 16.9, and now I'm up. And I covered the ones that I added because I'm playing the odds, so to speak. You want to use the market like it's your own personal casino, but you're the house. You're the house, and you're letting all the other suckers. Am I even in the room? I'm talking to myself. Or am I talking to myself? Mike. Oh, okay. I was like, damn, I've been talking for 20 minutes and nobody's heard a thing I said. It's like the story of my life. So, you know, I mean, my overall point is you want to play the market where you have an edge. You don't want to play the market when, you know, you don't have an edge. You know, I get asked all the time. So, you know, we called, Mike's not in here today. So, but, you know, I got an email about FMCC. Is anybody in that with me? Anybody in FMCC with us? I called it at, I think it was 221, I think, or 231. What did I call it at? Laura, what was our entry? 231. All right. So 231. So it's down 7 cents today, unfortunately, but it's 253. So the question was, well, you know, he had missed, he decided when I called it at 231, he didn't want it for whatever reason, which is fine, of course. It's your choice to play or not to play something whenever you want. It's your money, right? I don't want control of your money. So, but you know, and then FMCC for those who own it. I know Laura does. You know, I know some other people do, even though they're not speaking up. But you know, the point is that we you know, it went down to like I think it went down to like 219 or something like that. I don't think it got much lower than that, but I think it was about 219. I think something like that. Laura has a better memory than I do. Maybe it went into 215 even. I don't even know. But regardless, uh, you know, so you could have bought it when I said 231. You could have bought it at around 215 when it dipped, right? And I got some complaints how horrible it is that it went down, whatever it was, 14 cents. But now you're sending me an email saying, you know, should I buy it? And it's 250. It's 250. And I'm like, well, you know, you didn't want it at 231. You didn't want it at 215. But now you want it at 250? And you want me to give my opinion? My opinion was we should buy 231. If you didn't get it at 231, but you like the idea, then you could have bought it a lot cheaper. So that great. But if you're going to ask me now, I don't have an opinion now. I really don't. I have no opinion on whether or not you should buy FMCC here. None. Zero. Zero. I have no opinion whatsoever on any level. Market's now totally trying to break right back to 16.9. So nice call, Kenny, on Cree. Beautiful. That's what we like. So, I don't, again, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but the point is that, you need to be decisive. They say the early bird gets the worm. One of the reasons why I got a reputation and did as well as I did, over the years was because one thing I'm not scared of is making a trade. I don't know. I'm not scared of it. I have no fear. Doesn't mean I'm always right. Doesn't mean anything other than that statement. That's what it means. Just that. I have no fear about playing the market. And you need to have that or develop that, I think. You can't be afraid to lose. Of course, none of us want to lose. We all have losers. None of us want to lose. But we're going to lose. Just assume you're going to lose at times. You will. Netflix, I did say it was going to go below 100. So I was right about that. But the point is, in terms of what I'm talking about, is just that, you need to be, if you're going to make a trade, make a trade. If you're not going to make a trade, don't make a trade. And you know what? Don't even look at it. Don't look at it and tease yourself and go, oh, yeah, I wish I would have done that. Yeah, I wish I would have taken Netflix short. Sure. It's up 250 since I said it. But I didn't. So what am I going to do? Sit here and cry about it? No. I can't do that. It makes no sense. Trust me, I've done it. I've done it. All this stuff I tell you not to do, I've done it. We all make mistakes. Kenny's made bad trades and banged his head against the wall. Mike's made bad trades and banged his head against the wall. We've all done it. It's just part of the game. But you can't sit here and dwell on it or think, well, now should I buy it? Should we short Netflix now that it's gone down $3? Should we short it now? What do you think? Do you think it's still good? I don't know. I liked it at 102.50. I don't know what I think now at 99.50 or whatever it's at. Probably, right. Laura's like, probably. We probably still should. Yeah, if you had to put a gun to my head, I would still short Netflix here. Probably is going to hit the after hour lows of yesterday, which is around 94 and change. That would be my guess, because that's how those stocks typically trade after earnings. I think eventually Netflix will be back up to 110, and we'll see what it does from there. But again, I'm not investing in Netflix. I have no interest in investing in Netflix. I have no interest whatsoever in taking, a long-term stake in Netflix. Maybe it'll go to 500. I don't know, but that's not my style. So, as far as where it is today, what I do know is that, I would have shorted it if I was going to make a trade on it at market now is busted through 16.9. So we should go higher. Just saying. Oh, no, it hasn't actually. It's right at 16.9. I spoke too soon. It's right there. Right at 16.9. Mike has the best sense of humor. He doesn't even know it. You have the best sense of humor. You don't even know it. He has this really dark sense of humor. He's very sarcastic. Oh, here we go. We're busting. We're busting out. I gotta take a long in the YMs. See if we can hold it. We'll see. We'll see, or if they want to pull us back again below it. We'll see what happens here. If you look at, for those of you who are futures traders, so you see, then you probably know. So you look at that 16.9 level. So that's, I mean, that's the line in the sand here. If the bulls can push us over that 16.9 level here and hold it, I think we should see 17,000. I don't, possibly today. It's if. I didn't say it was going to happen. If. Look at Facebook breaking out, high a day. Apple lagging a little bit. Facebook's up 2%. We'll see. It looks like we want to go higher, but they haven't broken us out yet. So, you know, we keep on trying. Keep on trying. We should break out. That's my prediction. So we'll see. So anyways, I hope that that's informative. I can talk forever. I don't want to beat a dead horse, you know. But I know a lot of you, like a lot of newbies, and even those who have been doing it for a while, and you take a haircut, you know, you get slammed a little bit on a trade, and you're like, man, I don't know, I just got slammed. Do I want to enter the next trade? What if it goes against me? It might. It might go against you. Absolutely. But you can't, you know, you're a trader. That means you trade. You know, that's what it means. It means that you trade. That's what it means. It means you don't sit there and you pick your nose. You don't overtrade, but it means you have to take some trades. You have to be willing to lose in order to win. That's like a yogiism. I made it up. I made it up. I used to play poker, and I played with, you know, when I had a lot more money, I played with, uh, you know, Johnny Chan and, you know, Dan Negranu and, you know, all Phil Ivey. I played with all the big dudes, and I held my own, you know, because I was playing a lot, you know, and I'm pretty good at things when I do them a lot usually. And I even beat Ben Affleck for like $14,000. Not that it matters, right? Didn't really hurt him. That's a long story. I'll tell it some other time. But the point is that, you know, one of the things that people said about me, not that they talked about me much, but I got told by pros, was they liked my style because I was never afraid to go all in, which was true. Now, if you're going to go all in, you better pick your spots really carefully. And now, if I played cards, I'm sure I would get crushed. In fact, the last time I played, I was in Atlantic City and I got killed. I was overmatched by, you know, the guys there who played every day, and I hadn't played in like 4 years or something. You know, so like I was just overmatched. I was out of my league. I hadn't played. I had no feel for it. I didn't know any of the players, what any of their, you know, of their habits. You know, I had no idea what I was doing. You know, I just was out of it. And so, you know, that's, you know, that's what we try to avoid when we're trading, is being overmatched, right? It's going, oh, I think Apple's going up. Oh, I think Facebook's going up. Well, yeah, you think it's going up, but what's your reasoning behind that? Is it just because, you know, you like Apple, you like because the Steve Jobs movie is coming out, so you think Apple's going to go up because of the Steve Jobs movie? You know, I don't know. You know, what's your reason? Why are you doing that? Why are you making that trade? And if you can't answer that question, then there's no reason for you to make the trade. There's no reason for you to make that trade. Boy, we are setting up for a great short pretty soon on FCAU. We've had it long for a while, made a fortune on it.
I actually just called it again at $12.
There you go. Mike called it again. He recalled it. He
I
recalled.
called it because it was a bull flag at the double bottom low, and it's already up to $16. So it's already up like 30%.
There you go. So 30% on FCAU. So we love that stock. But as soon as that Ferrari IPO comes, man, we're gonna be all over shorting that sucker. That's my plan. So regardless of what it does between now and the IPO, I hope it goes up to $20. That would be awesome. Just means it'll fall further when the IPO comes. See, I have a plan for it. That's the reason. The reason behind that trade is that that IPO trade is one of the strongest trends I've ever tracked. The stock runs into it. Yahoo's up because they're spinning off Baba. So Yahoo's getting that bump now. I mean, the market's helping, obviously, but Yahoo's vastly outperforming the market over the last month. Vastly. Yahoo's all the way down to like 28 or something. It's up to 33 and change. So, who knew? Who knew the market was going to break out to the upside? I don't know. Maybe his name is Waxy. Maybe. Maybe his name is Waxy. Who knows? I don't know. I have to sell some of my, I'm selling some of my futures. If anybody followed that. Sold some of my futures. 16,920. Up a nice little cha-ching, $550 on the trade. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. Cha-ching-a-ring-a-dingy. See if we make our way to 17,000. That would be a nice victory lap for us.
Hey, what are you talking about with 17,000? We were at 17,000 when you said we can go to 7. You mean 18,000?
On the Y, I'm looking at the futures, Kenny, the YMs.
Oh, okay.
So the futures, there's a disconnect. Yeah, there's a disconnect between the futures often and the cash.
Yeah, all right. Hey,
but
FEYE just busted out. Must be another takeover rumor. It's Thursday.
I actually think that Kenny's onto something with a lot of these stocks. I like DDD. I like FireEye. I like these stocks because they're coming up on earnings. And so, you know, they're so beaten up. Even if they've made big moves off the recent lows, they're still down so much, you know, off their 52-week highs. They're still a buy because, you know, I wouldn't hold them past earnings. I wouldn't hold them through earnings. But I think you can buy some of these stocks here and, you know, be willing to add a little bit if we do pull back a little bit. And I think it'll pay off nicely. You know, like, I really do. I think, like, you know, DDD is 1264. I don't know. What was the 52-week high? Somebody have that offhand?
I think the stock hit 100 at one point back in the
right. It was like,
years ago.
right.
What's up?
So, you know, do I think it's a piece of crap? Yeah, it's a piece of crap. Would I want to own this stock if I went into suspended animation and you told me I had, you know, like I had to take a position on it? and wake up in 10 years and my life depended on whether, that it was up? No, I don't want to, bet my life on DDD. It could be a dollar stock by then. But for now, into earnings, yeah, I think it's a good trade. I think it's an excellent trade, and I think you probably could get a couple bucks on it. Look at some of these. We're putting together a new earnings runner class that we hope to have next week. But this is the kind of stock you want. You want to own this stock for, it's so freaking low, relatively speaking. Again, it's off its lows. I think it was under $10 at one point, not too recently on that big move down we had. But, so what? The point is that, we're looking at these plays from, a small micro perspective. We're looking at them to play them in a time window. So, yeah, and, I would look to play with options. So, yeah, could DDD go back down to $8? Yeah, but I don't think it's going to happen before earnings unless they, negatively report, which is always possible. I have to qualify this with that. It's always possible. Yeah, you get screwed because, DDD comes out tomorrow after you buy it and says, hey, we're going to miss our numbers by a quadrillion %, and we're going out of business. Well, yeah, then you're going to lose on that position. But again, it's about being willing to make the trade. If you play with options, your downside is pretty low. In fact, let's try to set up a trade now, since I'm not doing anything. I'm just watching myself make money. Let's see. Let's look at Amazon. What a beast. Oh my God. Freaking $553 on Amazon. I wish I owned it forever. Jeff Bezos, make love to me. All right. Let's look at Kenny's DDD. All right. Let's see when earnings are. So earnings
Hey guys,
are.
I bought the FEYE. You probably know why, but guys, the stock's always good on Thursdays and Fridays. Other than that, it's the worst stock. But again, coming off lows, broke the 1 minute, and then it went green. These are the trades I talk about. I know I wasn't on the air there, but I typed it in the room just to. Very nice.
Very nice.
And by the way, Goldman Sachs. The reason I'm looking 182.54 is the pre-market high. So quite often when the stock starts to get back, obviously Goldman Sachs is back. It's an earnings reversal. Oh, wait a minute. Earnings reversals work? Oh, that's 3 for 3 now so far. What do we have? I don't remember the last two, whatever it was. Oh, Intel, right, yesterday. And the day before that, I forgot something with a C. We're 3 for 3, guys. And once it went back into the green, I picked it up again, but this time I only bought 100 shares, so I'm just trying to make, as much as I can on it. And the FEYE, I bought 1,000 shares as soon as this thing broke over a VWAP, and now I'm just down to 200 shares. 29.10 multi-day VWAP break, and come on.
Come on, bring it.
Well, let me give you a stop on Goldman Sachs. I'm just trying to get to that, 182.54, but the last spike high, nah, I don't want to risk that much. Let's go 70 cents, 180.72. It's 100 shares. If I sacrifice this $70, so be it. But FEYE, this was I had 1,000 shares at 28.75. Whew. And you know me, I sold 800 of it at 29.10.
You're the man. All right, so I'm setting up a trade here on DDD for you guys. So I'm looking at the 1150 November 6th calls. They're $1.43 by 158. right now. Okay. And so you probably want to put in your offer at like 150. Maybe you'll have to pay 151 or 152, but that's where you want to put it in. You're paying about a 35-cent premium, which is a lot on a $12 stock, but in terms of how we play the market, it's not a lot. It's not a lot. And the reason why I like the November 6s is because they report on the 9th. Okay, so they report on the Monday. Let me see. Hold on one second. They report before the market on Monday, and we own it till Friday. So we're not interested in owning it overnight into earnings. No, thank you. Not on this freaking piece of dog crap, right? We're not interested in that. But I want to play the potential run up. And so what I want to do here is I want to put on a position that is, I want to put on a 3/4 position right here. All right. I want to put on a 3/4 position right here. Okay. Right now on this. And I want to keep a little powder dry. If it pulls back to 1150, I want to add the final quarter. Okay. We got no stop on this sucker. Just saying. All right. So that's the plan. And I'm going to send this as an alert. So you guys, Kenny G, the great saxophonist, I think he plays the saxophone, inspired this idea. So if it works, I give Kenny all the credit. If it doesn't work, he'll take all the blame. No, I'm only kidding. All right. So, but my point is that I like this. I think it's a good. I think it's a good trade. I think it's a really good trade, actually. So, I think we want to take advantage of this. I'm actually going to put on a little position here intraday as well, but I like it. I like this trade. I do. So I think we can take it.
I'm out of FBYE the last little bit. I'm
See,
trying
Kenny's
to
probably
short-
going to sell. Kenny, you're probably going to sell DDD before I do, right? You're going to sell it well before November 6th, probably.
I will never hold a stock into earnings except for Apple, possibly.
See, I wouldn't hold Apple into earnings this quarter, but I don't own it now. We do own it now.
We're talking about DDD. It's we've been having
Well, I would
some fun
never.
on these.
Yeah, I would never own this DDD into earnings. that day would never happen. This thing could be $6 at the end of earnings. But I think it's safe to own now, and I like the November 6s because you're not paying a huge premium, relatively speaking. Okay, you're not paying a huge premium. You're paying 35%, 35 cents. So, and your downside is limited to the price of the option. So if this thing goes to $5, the most you can lose is your $1.50. Can't lose a penny more. Impossible. So I like this trade. And again, I'm willing to add to the position. Okay. I'm willing to add to the position if it pulls back. So we get a nice wash on a day, pulls back to 1150, even like $12. You know what? I'm going to add my quarter position. That's it. Now I'm just watching. Now I'm just letting the plan play out. That's what I'm doing. I got 1, 2, 3. I got 4 weeks. Well, 3 weeks left before it expires. Stock is going to gyrate, but you know what? This kind of stock, if the market stays strong, could see $15 into this play. Why not? Why not, I say? Why not? So, it's a play I like. I like it. I'm glad Kenny pointed it out. If it doesn't work, blame him. If it does work, give him all the credit. I'm just kidding. I'll take all the blame. Kenny can take all the credit. I'm generous that way. All right, I got to type an alert. I'm sure Kenny has lots to say because he always does.
Yeah, give me a minute or two. I gotta just get on a phone call here too. I just got stopped out of my last lot of FEYE. Yeah, I still got the Goldman Sachs. I'm not selling it. I'm looking to make another point on it. We were about 5 cents away from getting stopped out. It didn't get stopped out, so I still got it. Market's a bull market. Again, I believe the market's going straight up for the next 464 days. So I'm a buyer on dip and definitely a buyer on reversals to the upside, a la the CRE, X, Goldman Sachs, and pretty much every other trade I talk about. DDD, throw that one in there also. But if we're talking about holding on to some of these stocks, I'll get into it. Just give me a minute.
Lewis just asked if I'm sure about the earnings date because Yahoo is showing it as the 2nd and not the 9th. So that's an important piece of information. Hold on a second. Well, let's see. I don't know. I show the 9th. I could try to confirm that if I have time to do it, but you should always check and make sure you're comfortable because I'm not always right. Trust me about earnings dates. I'm just relying on other sources. I have no insight. We used to do an earnings calendar, and we used to actually call the companies and check on earnings. I'm showing November 9th unconfirmed. So either way, I like to play. So hopefully it'll become clear. It's something that for you to make a note of for sure, because don't rely on me to do it, please. You know, hopefully that date becomes confirmed before the 2nd. And if it is the 2nd, then we want to sell them on the 30th. So we want to sell. I'm still okay with this play, but we want to sell the calls before the earnings. So we want to sell them then on October 30th, All Hallows Day. Is that All Hallows Day, or is it is there 31 days in November? In October. I don't even know what month it is. Jeez, it's horrible of me. So anybody play the futures with me? Anybody? No? Nobody? All right, nobody played it. I'm speaking to myself.
Hey, I'll call for you. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can get them on.
Kenny's calling. He's the man. If he can't do it, nobody can. DD probably doesn't even have an office, Kenny. They're probably a 3D printer. That's where they run their office from, a printing machine.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right, let me just set this up. This should be fun. Oh, by the way, I used to do this and record it, and it was a lot of fun.
Kenny would make prank phone calls to companies.
By the way, Goldman Sachs 182.54. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
By the way, it's up $2.35. Come on. So.
Come on.
Impressive. All right, let's see if we get DDD on the line. My favorite call was to MCP about their rare earths. I